We're in LA right now, guys. I'm trying to get back into the New York state of mind as soon as possible because I'm kind of getting tired of it, but Luke's coming back here soon. LA's been fun. I didn't really do anything crazy, man. When I spend this long at a place, I tend to just like do what I have to do and then like leave. But I've been resting, relaxing, you know. It's nice out here.
Yeah, I mean, well, you've been there for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah. I'm about to go back tomorrow. Today we're gonna talk about something. I guess I do a little bit, but not really. We're gonna talk about collecting and the different tiers of collecting specifically, and what's like sweet and what's not sweet, in my humble opinion. Like, you see where I fall in the tiers, and Nate's humble opinion too. Maybe mine's a little bit humbler than his.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
Oh, of course we have clothes. We got some stuff, y'all. These Louis like neoprene rain boots. These are cool though. I genuinely like, they did like a neoprene pattern but with like the monogram. And those are cool because when you're walking in these, like your foot kind of like goes like this, and no one wants like a wrinkled leather panel on the back. It just doesn't look good. These are good. Mateen jersey in brown. Nice color. What's crazy about like all British centric fashion brands is they have to reference soccer or football. Gallery pants, what are these called?
Lenny's.
Lenny's?
Yeah.
Dude, these are like the Salem witch trial joints. These are cool though. These are Levi's. They stitched them really weird, and then they put a bunch of these like squares on there by like stitching little pieces together. Have you ever had your skin pinched like right there? Like, dude. Dior. We posted the jeans. These are like Chris Van Ash pattern. It got the scribbles on it. Another Salem witch trial ass jacket. This is like an undercover jacket from 2003. It's cool though. I mean, I like it. Kind of goes for bread. These are really like early Balenciaga straight pants. They kind of have the kick knee. Maybe someone will know what I'm talking about, maybe not. There's like a little like knee detail here where like they pinch in. Louis Vuitton glasses with all like the boxes and shit. These are millionaires, guys.
Yeah, put them on. There you go.
Visvim FBTs, but these are leather ones, dude. Look at that. So, the topic of today is collecting. We're gonna talk a little bit about the tiers of collecting, and then I'm sure Nate's gonna have a couple things to say about that. Collecting, what is collecting, all right? What makes a collector? I don't know, it depends on what you're trying to get, because some things are purely because of the rarity, but then I think a lot of people who really like are down with the cause and are like really putting their either life savings or maybe like they're going into a fund to find rare shit, and they like the hunt, they like going to find stuff. And it depends on what you're collecting. Some people collect books, some people collect shoes, some people collect clothes, some people collect like watches, cars and shit like that.
Hold on. You're right, there's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
But I want to say, on the whole, like in reality, collecting is for fucking rodents. It's for weasels and other little mammals. Collecting feels like a sin. For sure. Collecting is definitely a sin. And the slight line between collecting and hoarding is so fine.
It's so fine, man. You can't really see yourself cross over, but I'm sure people around you like can see it. Can you like hoard watches? You can't ever get to the point where it's like you're hoarding. Like,
if you're, let's say you are getting like really nice watches, dude, could have like potentially like $1 million in like a safe and shit. And that's just dangerous to have in your fucking house. Like, you wouldn't want that in your crib. Like, when someone breaks in or something. It would also be extremely difficult because having a shitload of nice watches is very expensive as well.
yeah.
So the barrier to entry is like extremely high.
Barrier to entry is high on that one. That's one of those things that like comes with a certain level of knowledge on the topic, for example, when it comes to stuff like that.
It's the same with like cars. Like, if you collect cars, first of all, you have to have the means to store the vehicles, which is impressive. Like, that's wow. How the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
And then you have to actually buy the cars.
Yeah.
And then you have to know them and make sure that you're not buying a total piece of shit.
Yeah.
Your wife can fucking leave you over you buying a couple bad fucking cars.
Like a bad couple purchases and she's out the door, bro.
She's like, this nigga makes bad financial decisions. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. You gotta be careful. Without those higher tiers, there's a lot of nuance and a lot of like weird stuff you gotta watch out for sure.
So you have so much to lose with a fucking collecting an item like that, that like it must really fucking matter to you.
It's the tiers of it. It's the tiers of it all.
Yes.
Probably the highest priced items like cars and watches are pretty up there. Maybe not at the extreme top of the list, but hey, who am I to say, you know? Probably a bit lower than that is like rare antiques and ephemera of a certain time period. My friend Josh collects fashion and art books, New York centric ephemera from the 80s and 90s, like a lot of Richard Kern stuff when he was actually making movies.
I would put art in that category as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Art can be it's in that like kind of like flow area, which is like the expensive stuff, but it can also be like stuff that's accessible to like.
Yeah, I guess it is kind of like a range.
Yeah, there's a range, man. That's good collecting. If you have like, you know, the intuition to buy like certain art pieces and you keep them for a long time, you never sell them, like that's objectively sweet. Like you're doing a service to the artist, and also you are one of the only people to have something from it. It's cool. A bit lower than that, probably like clothes, shoes, stuff like this. They're not like really Veblen goods, which is like something that either appreciates over time. I buy a lot of clothes. I'm technically collecting, but it also falls in more of like this is not something you really need perhaps. And it's also not something that has an arbitrary value that's super expensive.
And what's the bottom tier?
Bottom tier of collecting.
I'm gonna call it right now. The bottom tier of collecting is fucking Funko Pops. If you collect Funko Pops, you are a dickhead.
Yeah.
It's literally a nothing. It's like an exponential cubed nothingness. They look stupid as fuck, and they have no like cultural relevance. They're fucking stupid. They have no functional purpose.
Did you collect anything growing up? Be honest, bro.
No, I'm not like a big collector. And it's like no shade on my mom, but this is something that I've actually noticed about like a lot of like boomers. It's like boomers love fucking clutter. They love just shit everywhere. And like you've been to my apartment, I don't really have that much. I have like my basic shit, and I have some books.
I see it in the back there.
That I actually listen to. I don't have a shitload.
Yeah, you have sweet shit in your crib. Yeah.
It like triggers like a big anti-consumerist chord in me, and I don't like it. I don't think it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, unless it's something that is actually sick, like crazy fucking horror VHSs from the 90s or like something like that, and it's not taking up a portion of your life, I'm not with it. I've never been a collector.
Yeah.
Shit gives me anxiety. Like, give me some space, nigga. Like,
I really resonate with that. I like getting rid of things.
There's like a big shift generationally because our parents, I feel as though, like they have that hoarder gene. Really weird, like they hold on to everything.
I mean, depending on like how like the last like 10, 20 years of your life is going, it could be like a certain kind of like mindset towards like scarcity, you know what I mean? Hold on to something, maybe I'll need it later.
I'm not shitting on collectors
no.
who are collecting.
No,
but
man.
I think it's about like intent, aesthetics. It's like it's all gotta
drive. Dude. There has to be some kind of like thought process to why I have this and why I want to spend money on it. You know what I mean? It can't be on a whim, especially when it gets to those higher price items, those higher tier items.
And it's like, bro, if I walk into your crib and you have Funko Pops all over the place, I'm not gonna respect you, bro.
Yeah, like
I'm not gonna respect you. That shit is beanie babies for niggas that watch hentai and shit. It's like,
I had to laugh. Oh my god, it's
that's so whack.
This is Luke's NYC in LA, 8012 and a half Melrose. Thanks, guys. Bye, Nate.
Bye.